The image of former President Rodrigo Roa Duterte smiling as he saw his grandchildren inside the detention center in The Hague speaks louder than the endless accusations hurled against him. For a man who carried the weight of a nation during its toughest battles against drugs, crime, and corruption, it is in the presence of family that his humanity shines most. Mayor Baste Duterte himself shared that his father was in good spirits. Upon seeing his grandchildren, a reminder that behind the political battles, Duterte remains a grandfather who cares deeply about the future of his family. And even in detention, Duterte's focus remains on building a better tomorrow. He advised Mayor Baste to prepare college plans for his children, showing that his concern is not for power or prestige, but for education, stability, and the next generation. This is the same mindset he carried as president, investing in the future by protecting the youth from the scourge of drugs and crime. But the fight is far from over. As the confirmation of charges hearing approaches at the ICC, Mayor Baste has called on Filipinos to gather peacefully at The Hague and show their support for Duterte. The opposition will have their protests, but Duterte's supporters must demonstrate that the former president's legacy is not easily erased by political vendettas disguised as international justice. This is not just about one man. It is about the dignity of a nation and the sovereignty of the Filipino people. To detain a former president who waged a war to protect millions from the grip of narco-politics is not justice, it is punishment for daring to confront powerful syndicates that profited from the suffering of the poor. Duterte's courage has always been his greatest weapon. And now, it is the solidarity of the Filipino people that will serve as his shield. Our Mayor Baste said, "Our strength is in our numbers." If supporters stand together, calm, peaceful, but resolute, the world will see that Duterte is not alone and that the Filipino people have not abandoned their leader. This moment calls for unity, not just in words, but in presence. Every Filipino who believes in Duterte's fight against drugs, corruption, and foreign interference should recognize that supporting him now is about defending the sovereignty of the Philippines itself. At 80 years old, Duterte should not be remembered in chains, but as the leader who fought to secure a safer nation for the next generation. His legacy will outlive the walls of The Hague, carried by his children, his grandchildren, and the millions of Filipinos who still believe in his vision of genuine change.